Alrighty, friends. Today is Wednesday, May 13th, and today for reading your skill is figurative language. You're going to be doing idioms. I know we've done idioms before, and I know you guys remember how much fun they are. So you need an electronic device with sound. There's an idiom chart, a Google Doc, and then you'll need paper, pencil, and coloring tools because you're going to illustrate your own idiom. There's going to be a little video about idioms. There's going to be 10 idioms in there. You're going to pick one from the video, and then you're going to illustrate it literally. So remember, an example, the math test was a piece of cake. It's not literally a piece of cake, okay? But it means that, excuse me, my voice. It means that the math test was easy, right? The famous one I always say, it's raining cats and dogs. Cats and dogs really aren't falling out of the sky, right? But it means that it's raining really, really hard. So you're going to pick an idiom from the video and you're going to illustrate its literal meaning. So let's say it's raining cats and dogs. You're going to draw a picture of cats and dogs falling out of the sky and you're going to write what it really means. Now, because you're illustrating and drawing a picture, you are going to have to submit this through email, like to take a picture of it and mommy can email it to me. Okay, so remember, idioms are phrases that have a different meaning than what is actually being said. For writing, you're going to be revising today. You need an electronic device with sound, all your Google Slides from your fantasy narrative. Revising means reading through your completed draft and looking for ways to add, remove, and change words to improve the quality of your story. So, instead of saying Johnny was sad, you could say Johnny had a frown on his face and tears in his eyes. All right, so you're going to look back, reread the whole thing. You're going to have to open up all of your Google Slides. I will show you how to do that. See what you can add in, right? Change some things. Maybe you need some stronger adjectives. Maybe you don't have, many at all. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to add in a couple adjectives or some describing words. Maybe you can add in an idiom or a simile, right? Something like that, figurative language, show, don't tell. Think about that, right? So you're adding and removing things. Foundations, you're going to be marking words with a long A. So you need an electronic device with sound and a Google Doc. So remember, you're going to tap out each word first, scoop the syllables, look at each syllable separately, and decide how to mark it. And think, okay, is this a double vowel? Is it open? Is it closed? Is it vowel, consonant, E? Think about what we've learned so far. For math, today you're going to just have some nice math box practice. So you need an electronic device with sound, printed out workbook page, or you could write it right on lined paper. This is an optional turn-in. So you're going to use your math boxes to refresh your memory on some of the skills that we've been practicing this year. Okay, and that's it today. You just have math box. Very light today. And then your science, same thing, your habitats, whether you're breaking it all up or doing it a little bit out of the time. Some people already handed theirs in, which is great. Don't forget, you can go on Raz Kids, right, or use a book from home. So think, which habitat is the most interesting to you? You're going to find a book on Raz Kids or a nonfiction book from home and read to learn more about your favorite habitat, okay? So just continue working on whichever step of habitats you're on. If you already handed it in, great. Then that's one less thing, right, that you have to worry about for the rest of the week. So let's go into the classroom. And checklist for Wednesday. All right, so you know you have your daily things like Raz Kids, IXL, your optional journal writing. But today, for reading, you're going to be sending your picture of your idiom to your teacher for reading. Math is optional. You could send it through DocHub or you could email, but it is optional. Writing, all your revisions, you're going to turn them in Google Slides again. And the foundations, you're going to turn in the Google Doc. And science and social studies, you have your Google Doc to hand in if you didn't already. Today's Wednesday, so you have health. Health today, that is your special. All right, so math, pretty simple today. Math box practice. So you're going to complete the math box. Here it is. And then the answer key is there for you to check your work. Right? So that's optional to hand in. Writing. All right, so revision. You've written a really great narrative, but now it's time to revise it. Right? So we already talked about revising. That's making changes to your story to improve it. You might add more information or details. You might change parts to make it more interesting or descriptive. You might even remove things that don't quite make sense. The first step is to reread your story, one part at a time. Try to think about it from the reader's perspective. You can ask yourself the following questions. Does that make sense? Is it interesting? Can I add more detail? When adding more details, it's always helpful to show the reader how your character is feeling rather than tell them. Find at least 2 places in your story where you told the reader how the character felt and revise it to show how the character felt, right? Show, don't tell. Today, before you start revising, you're going to go back to your slides that you've already submitted and put all of your writing together. You're going to copy and paste your introduction, your problem, solution, and closing onto the provided slides. Okay, so there is a little video here about revising. Okay, now here are the directions again about copying and pasting. Okay, just loading. Okay, so you're going to reread it, revise it. Okay, you could press play there. Future title page. Leave this blank until publishing day, right? You might not know what your title is yet. Future dedication page, same thing. Leave this page blank until publishing day. So those pages, that's for the future. All right. Oops, somebody typed something in here. But paste your introduction here. Okay. So you're going to copy your introduction, paste it here today. Once you've checked it and revised, paste your problem here. Paste your solution here. Paste your closing here. Okay, then you're going to see, here's some more tips about revising, right? And we've done this in class. We remember how to do this. Reread your story. Does it make sense? Is it interesting? Can I add more details? Okay, somebody is not muted here. Okay, there we go. Okay, revising, making changes to your story. Okay, so there's a video about show, don't tell, another one of my favorite skills. Okay, so here's a show, don't tell video. Love this. So show, don't tell. What was your face doing? What was your body doing? What was your voice doing? Right? So her cheeks turned red and her eyebrows narrowed. She clenched her fist and jammed them into her sides. She growled at me through clenched teeth. So think about that. Instead of saying she was angry, look how we just stretched it out. Think face, body, voice. I'm going to go to this video for a sec. Oh, can I not click on that? Uh-oh. That shouldn't happen. I should be able to click on this. All right, well, the video doesn't work. These slides are super helpful about show, don't tell. So we practiced this before, right? We all did our show, don't tell, and we had to guess what it was. Okay, so this slide's very helpful. Revising, making changes, okay? Find 2 places in your story where you can revise it to show how the character felt. Okay. You revised your story to make it more interesting and add more details, but you're not done yet. Tomorrow you will edit your story. Do not turn in these slides. You will need them for the next 2 days. Oh, you know what? So then that was another typo on the checklist. I believe the checklist said to turn them in. Okay, so sorry. So that's wrong information. So do not turn them in because you're going to use these again tomorrow when you edit. So keep them. You're going to need them for the 2 days. So revising is today, editing is tomorrow. So do not turn them in. This way, tomorrow you'll be able to go back and view them again. Okay, so there are so many resources in this slideshow. I know that we looked at this yesterday, growing a sentence, right? So for writing, again, you have all of these resources in your slideshow. And let me just go back and show you. So you're not going to turn it in. So don't turn that in today. So let me just show you, because you might be wondering, how do I get back to my slides? Go to your waffle. Click on your waffle. Go to your slides. So you're going to click on Google Slides. And anything that you've been working on, right, it's going to pop up here. It's going to say recent presentations. So you might have to maybe scroll a little bit and see, but whatever you have been working on, you're going to find like your opening, your middle, your closing, your problem, all those slides you're going to find here. And you're going to have to copy and paste it into that new one today, all right, after you revise it. So that's where you can find your slides. Okay. For reading, you have your idioms. So there's a 3-minute video about idioms. So you're going to review idioms. They're going to give you all different samples of all different idioms. Then you're going to pick your favorite one and you're going to illustrate it. So there's a Google Doc here to help you. So idioms, a word or phrase that has a different meaning than what is being said. So let's have some fun with idioms. Below are all the videos from, all the idioms from the video. So I copied all of them down. Pick one of these and you're going to illustrate its literal meaning. So hit the books, right? So you could draw somebody literally hitting books. And then you're going to write that really means to study. Let's say you want to draw, on the ball. You could draw a picture of you on top of a ball, right? Break a leg, somebody with, a cast on their leg, something like that. That means good luck. So these are all samples from the video, okay? And here's a little poster of some literal meanings, right? So hit the books. Here's a hammer hitting books. So you might draw something like that. There's the famous one. It's raining cats and dogs. Tongue-tied. That means you don't know what to say. You're speechless. Cost an arm and a leg. Means it's very expensive. Tough cookie. You're not easily hurt. Feeling blue, right? That means you're feeling sad. Piece of cake. Oh, that test was a piece of cake. It was so easy. Peas in a pod, close friends, okay? So have some fun with this. Pick one from the chart, and you're going to illustrate it like this. So you're going to want to do that on a separate sheet of paper so that you can email it to us and we can see your really funny idiom that you decide to draw. For foundations, you're going to watch the video below on how to mark the words. Okay, so there's a video on marking. And then you have a Google Doc. So you're going to submit it when you're finished, right? So that's all about marking those words. And then science is the same thing, your plants and animal habitats. So again, if you didn't finish watching the videos, you could finish watching the videos that we have here. There's IXL activities, and don't forget to turn in your habitats Google slide. All right, boys and girls, now I'm going to take some questions. Oh, you know what? And then just a reminder on this checklist, I'm going to go back in here. And I just want to go down to that the writing one, because remember, you are not turning in the Google Slides. So I'm actually going to change this to do not turn in Google Slide. Okay. So we're going to turn that in tomorrow. Okay, there we go. All right, boys and girls. I will take some questions.